Awesome in this place. Be glorified in Jesus' name. Can you look up? When you hear discipline, you're talking about the best gift of God to man. The best gift of God to man. Something that catapults a man quick from the realm of humanity to the realm of divinity. When you hear humanity, you're talking about fickle. You're talking about vile. You're talking about feeble. You're talking about perishability, not being in charge. That is man. Grassy. Ready to perish. Fadable. Somebody who lacks discipline. Man. He can follow anywhere. When the Bible said in the book of Peter that he's like grass, it is because the Bible knows he will lack discipline. That he will. Listen, there must be indiscipline before destruction. There must be lack of discipline before poverty. Can you look up? Can you look up? There is nothing that divinity hates like indiscipline, because it mocks it. I said, indiscipline mocks divinity. That you are angry does not mean you must talk. That you have something in your heart does not mean you must say it. Indiscipline is part of valuelessness. I said 2 Sundays ago, I said you don't bring certain people to the throne. You don't bring people who cannot be in charge of themselves to where? To an important place. Did I say very well? I say you don't bring people who cannot be of themselves in where? No, you don't. That time you got angry and you started saying so many things to your husband. Were you telling me that when your anger is abated, that he will forget what you said? Let me give you a gift. All great men know that the most powerful tool on earth is word. And the negative word is more powerful than the positive, because man is fallen. So the inability to contain yourself when you have negative provocation is part of valuelessness. It is why people are poor. Why? Ask me, that I should explain. Things that you don't like will keep happening because the earth is not perfect. What matters is how you react to it. There is no evil that happened on this earth that indiscipline was not part of. A young man told me, a pastor told me, not even a young man. A pastor told me something that touched me one day. I said, a pastor told me something that touched me one day. Do you know what he told me? He said, one midnight, his wife, he had a problem with his wife, and the wife took so much brought pain into his heart that he came out of the main road and started traveling by 2. I started traveling by 2 a.m. He said, and in that journey he met armed robbers. They almost killed him. Don't forget that if that person had died that 2 a.m., that lady will start crying. If you are here, you are a woman. Let me speak to you. You cannot be emotionally calmer than your husband. Know it in your heart. Men are blessed with calmness. They know what they want. They don't say so many things. If they are intelligent and you keep jabbing at them, they will end the marriage. I told the pastor, I said, you are weak. You're a stupid, weak pastor. That is why you went back to the woman that brought you very close to death. I told him, I said, excuse me. If you have died, she will go on with her life. Wherever poverty lasted, it is because people lack discipline on work and spending money. Don't forget that the brain cannot produce good ideas if there is no discipline. Let me say again. I said the brain cannot produce good ideas. Life can't be rich. I want to tell you this. People have spoiled what they worked. I said people have spent time to spoil what they work. Apostle Paul said in the book of Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 9, he said, I am like a runner, like an athletics. He said, what we do is that I put my body under subjection. Now that is discipline. You put your emotions under subjection, negative and positive. A pastor that does not understand this will not have an apostolic ministry. Discipline all round. But let me come. Is discipline possible if there is no vision to give direction? Let me say again. Now, if your heart is not captured by vision, a lot of things will keep making meaning to you. And then those things making meaning to you will cause indiscipline. Can I say again? I said, if your heart is not captured by vision, discipline will be difficult. Because discipline, the Spirit package you together to stay with why you were born. Now, like the way I am talking to you now, why I cannot look at so many directions is because I already know what I'm supposed to see. Did you hear what I said? I said, why I cannot look at so many directions is that I already know what. Now, we are going to have synod in 2 months. That is month of October, between 6 and 8. The restoration of all things. Now, nothing will matter to me now, from now till that time, outside this building and keeping my books ready. So you see me in the night, I will go and write like this morning. I will go and pray. I'll come back to write. I will go and pray. So there cannot be discipline until there is vision. That is something you are living for. Even Satan does not want to use people who don't have discipline. Please, I would like you to look up here. You cannot bind Satan out of a confused life. Did I say very well? I said you cannot bind Satan out of a life that is constantly subjected to confusion. That is lack of discipline. That particular life cannot bind the devil. I said that particular life cannot bind the devil. Please, because what I'm sharing is under discipline. I would like you to hear me tell you, nothing makes caricature of human effort. I say nothing. Nothing makes caricature of human effort like lack of discipline. Discipline when you are alone in thought. Discipline when you concerning something you want to buy. This cloth I'm wearing, I have yellow of it. Something look like burnt. Something that look like burnt gold. Something like the color of that metal, of that chair. It has been in my hanger since about 2 weeks. So I wanted to wear it to come to church today. Because I like it, it's fine. A counselor came to me and said, you cannot wear clothes that way. Because you are shepherd. You can't change clothes that way. So I brought this one because I want it. So that you will not think that what I came here to do is to be changing. That is why I don't wear a lot. There are some abada I told you that have been in my box since last year. Even this one they did by day, they brought me a lot of abada. But discipline teaches me that abada should be worn occasionally. In fact, there is one of them that I like so much. One of it I like so much. I'll just go and get it. I'll keep it. I shall wear you one day, but not today. I will even go and check the shoe that will match it and keep it. Discipline. Lack of discipline spoil work. Nothing reduces. Listen, people can be respecting you until they meet you in front of the gate shouting at somebody. Somebody will be watching you from far, shouting. You will not know how far that shouting went. You will not know how far it went into the heart of people. It has happened to me before. That shouting you shouted in the open, you wouldn't know how far it discouraged somebody and reduced you. Somebody was thinking that you are an angel before that day. Somebody's blessed now. Somebody's blessed now. Satan wants you to go astray before he can steal you. Somebody have to go astray. Somebody. So anywhere pain lasted, it is because people went astray. Now hear me. There is no power stronger than the power of staying with yourself. Because it gives you authority to command things. Did I say it very well? I say it gives you authority to command things. You cannot command things if you can't command yourself. Some people cannot command things because they lack power to command themselves. That is why they keep on living unstable lives. Today they are happy, next tomorrow they are sad without reason. They are traumatized emotionally. Now when somebody is constantly traumatized emotionally, the person lacks power to be in charge of himself, and that is devaluation. That means you cannot be given an important position even in the office, because the emotion will betray your divine value. Am I saying something? Am I saying something? This morning when I was there and the generator went off, and I was about to stand up and say, let me find out why the generator went off, and they've not on since about 2 minutes. The counselor said, your lamp is under your table. Take your lamp and on it and use it to write. Then they'll put the generator in order. So I on my lamp. Two minutes after, they on the generator without me standing up. Learn every day. When somebody is start telling you a story you don't know anything about, don't listen. It's part of discipline. When somebody wants to tell you a story you don't need, don't listen. Don't listen. Not listening might be the only reason, might be the only difference between you and the person telling you. Stopping that person immediately might be the only reason, might be the only difference between you and that person telling you. Listen, all the days of my life, there is nowhere I met unique girls and unique young men that I didn't know them. One of the ways to know them is that you don't get them fickle. But there are not many on it. I say you don't get them fickle, but there are not many. And there will not be many. They are not always many. They are gifts of God to wherever they are found. When I was raising pastor's wife in Kano, it was only them I prepared for pastor's wife, and there were not many. Excuse me. You don't bring gossip to them. If they sit down in the church, you don't go to where they are sitting down and be telling them your heart. You won't like what they will do. That means they don't transfer story. Excuse me, these girls I'm talking, some of them, they are the age bracket, except that they are better than others. So you don't carry story around them. They will stop you. They will either tell you, they will stop you on the story or tell you to pray. Keep you in prayer for 2 hours. So another day, if you hear something, you don't go to them. They are not necessarily older than those who are carrying story, except that they are more matured. They are gifts to the fickle. I said they are to even me that is shepherd. I trust them from distance. I say so we will tell them, I say, you can be a mama. 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 That is how Esther married Pastor Israel. Esther didn't say piam in computer room. With me. Not one day, many years. So when Pastor Israel started looking for a wife, I said, which wife? I have one for you. I have one. I have a girl that will not scatter your church. I said, I have a girl that will not scatter your church. That is the beginning of the root. In case you don't know, Esther has not still changed. In case you don't know, she's in the church now. She has not still. If she want to come to me, come to my office now, she will walk from gate to my office, and from my office go home. I'll watch her on camera. There are foundations. There are foundations that cannot deny success. Like foundations that are laid on discipline. Please, it is not what you do when we are around that matters. It is what you do when we are not around. I told you, I said to Pastor Israel, I said, I have a wife. If you believe I am your father, Some people are every day. Keep on settling quarrel of idiots. Settle you tomorrow, and next tomorrow we settle you. If you are for distance, some things must not capture your attention. Excuse me, let me ask you to listen. Talking too much does not add anything. Or shaking your head does not add. Listen, there are young girls that all that they understand is being stubborn, shaking their head. You're still a girl. You have not become a man yet. And the stubbornness does not make us believe that you are now more powerful. You have not become more powerful. What you're doing is that you are becoming valueless. Every day I will tell you, don't wear trousers to this church. You keep on wearing it. And I keep on recording it in my heart against you. I keep on hating you for it. Any day you wear it, I will hate you. And then it will subtract from your value. We are traditional people, we don't wear trousers. Why did you buy it? The money you should use to buy trousers, buy skate. Why did you see skate and bought trousers if you are not hooliganism? If not hooliganism. I am not saying that some people can wear. Some women can wear, but some can't wear. It's good, some can't wear. There are locals that can even wear. But some locals can't wear. I said some, the core ones can't wear. When we were going yesterday, I looked through my window, I saw 4 girls walking this side. They dress ACU, Deeper Life. And they were going with their Bibles. I said, so this type of girls can be found in the street of Lagos. That's what I said yesterday evening when we were going. Just shortly before the junction there. I said, so this kind of girls can be found in the street of Lagos. I was admiring them until I went far. Because I know the discipline that brought that dressing. There is a discipline that brought that dressing. And they flocked. They flocked together. They were together. Nothing makes a woman more beautiful like state of innocence. State of. Let me say it again. I'm going to get away from it now. I said nothing makes a woman more beautiful like looking innocent. In fact, looking innocent is the most famous form of beauty. That is the most acceptable form of beauty. That time you wrap your ear inside your scarf. And then your real face came out. Your printing, the printing of your nose and of your mouth appear visibly. Don't forget, I know beauty. This one you look like a madman. Onyara is just. In case you think Onyara, it's just Ara, just Ara. Huh? Just think Onyara. Like he make a painting. He make a painting. Could you catch a taste na road? He make it. He did say konyara. When I see you, I say, Onyara of your church. Not giving like that. Now, but the ability to have discipline comes from the strength of the soul. Now, people who are not strong inside, who are not, yes, can have discipline. That means they can't be powerful. They can't be powerful. Somebody that lacks discipline can't be powerful. And then I am going away to number 3. On might. Doing exploit with your might. Accomplishing God's exploit. Kennedy, between God and S there is missing. Between D and S, accomplishing God's exploit with your might. God's exploit with your might. So between D and S is, now I would like you to listen. Whatever God will accomplish for you, He will accomplish through you. Now if God, thank you Holy Spirit for encouraging us in Jesus' mighty name. If God say, I want to do it, I want to do it for you, and I will do it for you. God is saying, I am going to do it with what you have. If you say, I am going to give you a great husband, a virtuous wife, make you a name in Africa, He will not do it from heaven. He will do it with what He has kept in you. I say He will do it what He has. Now, God is making promises to you from that thing He kept in you. So, if that thing He's saying that He wants to do, you must be done, you have to find out that thing He will depend on to do it in you. Am I saying something? In chapter 6 of the book of Judges, He said to Gideon, you will go in your might. The miracle that I want to do, Gideon, I want to do it through your might. I'm not going to do it from heaven. I am going to do it through your might. That means I am going to get you involved. I am going to depend on what you provided for me to do it. I am going to do it through you. So one of the ways to know your purpose is through knowing your gifting. Let me say again. I say one of the ways to know your purpose is through knowing your gifting, through knowing your ability, through knowing your endowment. Your what? Endowment. Because God will depend on your endowment to do it. So Gideon was saying to God, can I ask you to look up? Gideon was saying to God, he said, God, what about the promises you made to our fathers concerning miracles? God said to Gideon, He said,